Hey everybody, welcome back. Been doing a little work in the shed here. Put up some pegboard, putting up a couple of shelves. We have a special guest today, 68 Triumph. It's in here getting its battery topped off. This weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and yeah, gonna get all the old bikes running. That'll be in a different video. Probably come out before this one, who knows. So today, this balance tube here, gonna take that out and swap it with a new one because I don't know the condition of that. And if it has some kind of a leak, then yeah, that wouldn't be good. And well, we'll just go from there. All right, let's get started. So the new balance tube, there's a spring on it, so it won't kink. If I can, I'll use the clamps from the old one. If not, I'll have to find something that'll work. Oh, actually, I have another one that had the spring on it, I think, that has different clamps. So I bet I can use those. These are like hose clamps. I'm not so sure they came with hose clamps like this. But I wouldn't know why someone would change this either. All right, we'll get this off and I'll bring it right back. All right, I got it in. I had to use the old clamps to hold it in because I didn't really have any that size, and these ones were reusable. So that's in. On to the next thing. Got that other breather. Found the one that was down in the basement. So cleaning off a gasket on this side. Then I got to take this baffle out, and there's a gasket on the other side. And that's probably going to be stuck in there pretty good. Hopefully I can get something in between them. Maybe. Just have to remember that that hole goes to the bottom of this breather when it's installed. And there we go. So maybe you can see a better look of it. I don't know if that's green in there. But looks like the gasket's on this side. So I'll be peeling that off for a while. Alright, got surfaces all cleaned up. Got a couple of new gaskets. I was actually lucky that these came off pretty much in one piece. There was just a little bit of cleaning up I had to do after that. I guess the question is do I put sealer on them or not? The old liquid gasket again, the 3-bond. I might do it. Just a little bead around them and put the gaskets and everything together. Then I'll put it on the bike. Got my real thin layer on there. Gotta remember to put these bolts through first, which actually isn't bad. That will help me line everything up. And I might as well poke these through too, so I know everything's lined up for sure. All right, time to put this back on the bike. Okay, definitely much easier with the Allen. Had bolts in there. Definitely doable. The toughest one is the top one on this side. You don't have a lot of room in there. Just have enough room to get it in there. Then you gotta watch out you don't hit that and break that. But yeah, definitely doable. So those are in. Breather hoses. Next. Right, new hoses with springs, because as you can see what happened here on the old ones, they're pretty much pinched off, and these clips are the original ones that came on those hoses. I put this one on. So I got the clip, the spring runs down through there, and I'm going to pop the other one on and do the same thing. Little spring clip. Make sure it goes over the bump. And that spring up. Now it runs down through this zip tie here. So hold on a second. And the sad thing is I'm going to end up taking the zip tie off anyway, because these wires have to come out. They go to the stator over there. And yeah, because we have a charging problem, that's all coming out. And we'll work on that later. Okay, the next morning, got the motorcycle up on a jack. Up until now, I've pretty much been doing everything, you know, with just basic hand tools, you know, some mallets and stuff like that. No real specialty tools except maybe some odd size sockets and stuff. This is the first time I have like a motorcycle jack, you know, just because this is stuff you guys can do at home too, if you ever decided to give it a try. And don't give up, because there's so many people who start working on these bikes and get them apart and give up, and then I buy them, and you know, the rest is history. So I am going to start taking this front end apart. I am going to probably do some time-lapse footage on this, just because it's going to take a while. I'm going to put my music on, so I'm going to set you guys up and you can watch that, and we'll get this thing torn apart. So surprise, surprise, neither fork had oil in it. Ooh. These don't feel that good. We'll be changing them anyway. These original ones have ball bearings in them. So I better put a rag under here because sometimes they just go everywhere if you're not careful. Steady. Steady as she goes. All right, hope you can see that. All these ball bearings that are in there. Yeah. Got one stuck in there. So these are all going to get replaced with taper bearings. I got to drive the races out and replace them. But the steering stem doesn't look that bad. I've had ones of these that are rusted up. Water or something got in there. Then I've had to replace the whole stem. So let me get rid of all these balls and we'll be back. So we're going to hammer out the races that are in there. There's one. There's the other. So the trick to getting this in, obviously the narrow end is going to go at the bottom so the bearing can go up in it. But just tap it around to get it all started and then that just slide in. I've had that happen before with some of these. Oh no, it's got to go in. I was just hoping against hope. So I need something to go on it that is just about the same size to drive it up. And what's better than the old bearing? Oh yeah, I'll have to tell you about this footrest. That's it. That one's in. Now this one, as unusual as it's going to sound, is probably going to be sticking up after you get done knocking it down. You can see it, but it sticks up, and I've had that happen on all the 3 I've done, so that's no big deal. I don't know if there's a real good way to do this. Get the old one off of here. It's probably not the way I'm doing it, but there's not a lot of access to get to the edge of it. And this tends to work. Just gotta work it back and forth. Breaks free. It gives you, the kit that I got gives you 2 of these seals. I've only ever used 1, never the second. Only the bottom one. I'm going to grease the bearing. All right, gotta grease these bearings before you install them. It's regular wheel bearing grease, high temperature wheel bearing grease, and these things will never see that much temperature. I mean, how far do they move? Back and forth, that's about it. So if you've ever packed bearings before, oh, what fun it is. Just keep packing a little grease in here. Going around the bearing. You've gone all the way around. Got grease on there. Just slather some on the outside. Make sure it's fully loaded up. And put it on the steering stem. I'm going to put one more little ring of grease on here. A lot of times what you have to do is just make sure they still spin when you're done, obviously. Put a piece of PVC tubing over the top so you have something to hit to knock this bearing down all the way. And I'm just going to take some grease and put it on there for all of the bearing. See, there's no point in putting a seal up here because it's all open from there down anyway. Doesn't really make any sense. Tight, snug. do it. I'm not gonna go any more than that. I've been doing a lot of cleaning and polishing up here. It's far from perfect, but it's not going to be for a bike this old. But, you know, it is what it is, and it'll look good. It just won't be perfect, and that's okay. The bike not meant to be. It's meant to be ridden. I guess the next thing to do would be start on the forks. This is the left fork. This one actually did have some oil in it. That's good we got this off anyway. Kind of worried about bumming that up anyway. These are the wipers that are on here. Get them off. We'll replace those. Alright, so what I did was I put it in the vise with this here. I actually grabbed pipe wrench, put it up here where the cover goes. So if it scratched it, you wouldn't see it. But that loosened it up. And didn't make any marks on it, so we're good there. And the seal's right there. There's also an O-ring down in here, which will be replaced as well. Yeah, just keep knocking at it and it'll eventually come out. It was a struggle to get that out. It's pretty thick, that one. New one appears a little thinner. Maybe not. No, maybe not. Maybe it's just because I was pounding on it. Wind it out. All right. Grease this up a little or oil it up. And pound that one in. Then we'll get that set. Well, it got started anyway. Still got a long way to go down, so I got to get a socket or something to put over that and drive that down. Yeah, I'd say that's good. To put this O-ring in there, so I got to pick that out and I'll install that, and then this one will be done. All right, I sanded this down some. It doesn't matter. This is the part that goes into the upper fork top. I greased up a seal a little so it would slide down there without catching and ripping. I greased these threads up some. And now it's time to put that back in. Fine thread takes forever to get these things down all the way. I'm just going to snug it the way I got it off. I said the wiper goes up here so you won't see this if it leaves a mark. Okay, that's good. Let's get that wiper. Put that on there. Of course, we're going to put some grease on that. It's definitely going to be easier said than done, right? Might be a mountain of tire. Which I have to do again for the front. And I know I didn't really get a good video of it the last time, so hopefully I do this time. All right, what is going on here? Always a struggle with this bike, isn't it? With every bike, actually. Just don't let them know. Thought I had it. There we go. I think that was fun. When I try to get this on. Now this will have a hole there. Let air out. You can either put it on the inside where no one will see it, or in the back. Doesn't really matter. Some grease on here. Come on, one more. There we go. Look at that. That makes me a happy camper. One fork done. And this is the, when you're sitting on the bike, the left side fork. Because of this. This is what stops the drum, the brake drum, from spinning when you hit the brake. It locks into the fork. So this is going on next. So this is where we're going to leave it for this one. Next one, put the headlight ears back in, all that fun stuff. I will catch you next time. Thank you for watching.